Welcome to the 7th point of Rajyoga meditation basic course. It's called transformation, the transformation tools. First, to the word meditation. The first method of restoring the original pure qualities is taught guidance in meditation. The mind should come to rest in its center, the star on the right, because a stormy mind, picture on the left, doesn't allow a deep view to the hidden soul qualities in the subconsciousness. Meditation literally means finding the middle, medi, of the circle, tation. That is discovering the center of one's own circle of consciousness, or the good core of the soul with its treasures, picture on the right. The German word verdeckte Schätze entdecken. Verdecken means cover, and discover means it's already here, but mixed with negative concepts, with negative beliefs and so on. The second aspect of meditation is the concentration, the sound on the right. Con means with, zen means the center, and tration again refers to the circle, like rotation. The center of the circle is the soul point in the middle of the forehead. The center of the hello picture below refers to this. You remember the pictures like in the Orthodox Church, also in the Christian Church, the holy sparkle around the head. And in the middle is the soul. Meditation regenerates the original soul qualities and radiates them outwards from the inner center. Meditation and concentration are two complementary bipolar aspects. Both aspects ultimately serve the main goal of Rajyoga meditation, namely the regeneration of the soul qualities described above in the first chapter, such as peace, love, harmony, and so on. The picture on the right illustrates how important it is to stabilize oneself in one's own spiritual center. The man in the middle is stable because he is standing on a still wagon axle while the wheel is turning around the wagon axle. It's like the eye of the storm. The people on the spinning wheel are more or less in a spin. In fact, mental and psychosomatic illnesses in particular, but also a variety of other problems are increasing exponentially. The people around, they are in big problems, falling into depression, burnout, and so on. Whereas the man in the middle of his own center of the consciousness is stable, means resilient against the influences from outside, and also the influences from they are coming from the subconsciousness. Now, the second part, yoga, the spiritual connection with God. So here is not a yoga concept with body exercises. This is a spiritual connection, emotional connection with God. We can be compared to batteries that have almost run down. We want to recharge them at the central power station God. This happens through yoga, the spiritual emotional connection with God. If it's a lovely connection, a connection based on real love, real experienced love, it's a very easy method. This connection requires soul consciousness, the connection from soul to soul. From the body to the supreme soul, the connection does not work properly. There are different frequencies, body and soul, no meeting. But from soul to soul, there is a meeting possible. From the body to the supreme soul, the connection doesn't work properly. Therefore, soul consciousness together with stillness is the key to gaining power. If we were to try to draw energy from the socket with an insulated cable, this would also not succeed with the cable isolation that corresponds to the body consciousness. You see the picture here on the right. From soul to soul, this succeeds, and we need silence. A stormy mind does not allow deep vision. Silence, on the other hand, allows a deep look into the subconscious, where our original powers, virtues, values are more or less buried and mixed with negative concepts. On our long journey, we have adopted a lot of concepts. Maybe some of them were helping a little bit, but in reality, we see they didn't bring us back to our original stage of soul consciousness. Now here the text on the right side, in the body consciousness isolated cable, the contact to the highest soul is not possible, but from soul to soul, it's the same transmission frequency. People who have just fallen in love are very close, even over long distances. And if the one is in America and the other one is here in Europe, the distance is no problem. They can also from distance have feelings of love for each other. In the same way, the spiritual emotional connection with God works no matter where both are at the moment. For me, the feeling of the partner comes to the fore, then again the loving father. However, the teacher or spiritual guide can also come to the fore, depending on the need. In any case, it's good to trustingly surrender to this spiritual guidance. As Father, he gives us an inheritance, namely happiness, for a very long period of time in the Golden and Silver Ages. But this love in the Golden and Silver Ages is altruistic. There is no expectation for each other. No jealousy and so on. Detached, but very lovely, very lovely. The spiritual connection with God is therefore a decisive help in our regeneration. Firstly, because we get the regeneration knowledge from him, and secondly, the strange. Without God, we would not know where to go in terms of regeneration because of the long trek and the weakening of our mind and the mixing of our original qualities with useless and negative structures. Without God, the game would be over. Thanks to his help, everything will be cleansed again, purified again, including ourselves and the whole world. It's like a reset, back to the starting point. This picture is the same like before, but here the highest soul, means God, is available, and we can connect with our consciousness, connect with him. The third part, C, releasing trauma blockages. This subchapter is not part of the official Rajyoga teaching. The official teaching assumes that meditation and yoga solves all challenges. I have no doubts about that either. As children, we often went up mountains via long paths. Soon we prefer to take steep shortcuts to reach our destination faster. That's how I do here too. Despite disciplined efforts, it was not easy to make noticeable progress in my first 10 years of Rajyoga. Then I noticed a therapy called psychosomatic energetics, please Google, for the dissolution of trauma blockages. In view of my related profession as a curative teacher, I decided to learn this method. The doctors around Dr. Barnish presupposed my own therapy for this. At the beginning, they found my two main issues. Put simply, they were wrong attitudes regarding the heart-intellect balance. My heart was obviously deeply wounded in the second half of the cycle. I avoided the wounded heart and henceforth relied on intellectual qualities. With their sharpening, I was able to hold my own. In the process, however, the heart more or less fell by the wayside, which was not conducive to communicative harmony. So it was too less heart, too much intellect, and as I brought both into balance, I of course need a working mind and so on to plan a journey or what else. And so anyway, the heart is very important. Researchers in the last time, like Joe Dispenza, found out that the vibration of the heart is 5,000-fold stronger than of the brain. Therefore, the heart should much more be the leader of our communication. After this dissolution of intellectual dominance, the heart increasingly took over the intuitive leadership. Picture on the right, brain and heart. Come, let us show you the way, says the heart to the brain. Communication gates to other people opened. Deep soul touching happened as if by itself. This was a very deep impression for me. Professional communication changed as well. My spiritual approaches began to take effect in the profession. The work with very problematic disabled pupils gradually changed from extreme effort to playful lightness, so that every day became a Sunday, both for the students and for me. I have described these changes several times after among others in the already mentioned lecture, Spirituality in Practical Application. Texts on this can also be found on many on my homepage with hansover.de. In the spiritual magazine, The World Renewal, December 2018, there was an article about this subject in English on page 30 to 33. Now, the resolutions of trauma blockages. In the course of many lives, we have experienced numerous psychological injuries. The very sensitive injuries that dock with the chakras are protected by energy blockages, like the dam here. That's a symbol for the energy blockages. The blockages not only protect the injuries, but they also hinder the free flow of life energies. Therefore, both the injuries and the blockages have to be dissolved. In very old traumas, like blind spots, are still in us, and not only in the chakras, but also in the interconnections of the brain, synapses, as well as in the bodily cells and in the DNA. It's possible because also the brain is moldable. Psychosomatic energetics first makes an energy check on different auras levels. Since the trauma stock to the chakras, the currently blocked chakra is then tested and the trauma behind is found. After resolution of the trauma and the blockage, the next theme emerges. With souls who have been on the road of a very long time, there are numerous and deep injuries. As a non-medical practitioner of psychotherapy, I offer various methods, including fast-acting ones. By remote healing via Zoom, see information on my homepage below. Special feature. In the first half of the cycle, we had special qualities that were loved by everyone. Since they were mixed with ego, in the second half of the cycle, they were increasingly rejected. Nevertheless, as former models of success, we try to enforce them with pressure until we were properly injured. My example, my heart, which was mixed with the ego and pressure in the second half of the cycle, was therefore rejected and hurt. I then avoided the wounded heart and switched to the mind. Originally, however, my special qualities must have been heart qualities. It's important to reliably find and heal the original qualities, because the soul treasures are often sought in the wrong places, as many tests have shown. Here the picture shows the chakras. Yeah. So now this chapter is also finished. I make a small meditation again. I am a spiritual being. I am a conscious being in the middle of the void. in the middle of the brain. I am looking through my eyes, my windows. We all are eternal souls. Now it's time for transformation. The time is not in our next life. No, it's now. God is coming only in the time of transformation. In this time, we get his knowledge about our regeneration and about the regeneration, the new creation of the whole world. By practical application of this knowledge, first of all, meditation, silence, and the connection with the Supreme will regenerate us back to the original stage we had at the starting point of our earthly journey. It's not a creation from nothing. It's a creation in the sense of recreation, regeneration. It's like a reset back to the original stage. The original stage without disturbance, without useless beliefs, without negative concepts. Purification is a cleaning process. God is always in the highest vibration. Through this connection, we come closer and closer. He always says, "You are my child. You too are his child." And as his children, we have a right of his help. First of all, we get his love. We experience his peace. It's also our peace and love. Joy and happiness is more and more coming. For us, it's a daily study of God's knowledge, daily meditation, and daily yoga, both. As I explained in the overview, thank you for your attention. Bye-bye.